Okay, you are welcome back again to this noble platform for graphic designing project. Yes. On our previous lesson, we saw how we could create a custom shapes and others, but today we're going to see how we can develop this. Wow, this is awesome. We're gonna see how we can develop this for, let's say, maybe any party. Hey guys, I'm not trying to do politics here, but I'm just trying to do the same design even better than this, right? So whatever you see here, we're going to do the same thing, and that is going to help us to gain color balancing and the rest. This image was cropped, it was removed, right? So in this video, we're gonna tackle a lot of ways how we can cut out or change the background of an image or a picture. We're gonna tackle all those stuffs. And to be a professional graphic designer, it is very good and highly recommended for you to use pen tool to do your designing, because it is very 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 important. Pen tool gives you a lot of techniques to do. On this video, we're not going to spend a lot of time because I will be giving you an assignment on that. Good. This video, you see, this design as a whole is very simple and basic. Is basically a simple design. So with no further ado, let's hop right into the video. Good. So I'll just create a new project, and mostly they normally build it in either in international paper, which is A4 or A3. So I would like to do it in A4 mode, and then I'll just click on let's give this project a name. Let's call this NPP, right? Just do like that, and that is going to create this project for you. Now, first thing first, from the design you can see that it has three layers, right? It has 3 layers. Let's build that one first. So first thing first, let's go in for a rectangular tool. Let's highlight this place. Good. And let's go to layer, new layer, and let's call this red layer. As you can see, we have it here, and let's select our red color as he did. So we have our red color here. Select your paint bucket tool, paint it up. So we have our red color. Now listen, by now you have gotten all the techniques so far, so we're going to do some tricks which will really help us a lot. When you look at this video carefully, you see that all the curves are the same. You see, we have the red, we have the white, and then the blue, but still they are the same. How did the person manage to get all of them just the same, as the same rounded shape? Is very simple. So to do that is very simple. Make sure you have this this guy selected. Click on this to see these guys here. Let me move my recording to this section. I don't know, this section is quite good to see these guys here. Now this is called transformation or wrap transformation. You're gonna tell the system that you want to do your transformation, or basically you want to do your designing. So when you click on that, it's gonna bring extra vectors or points for you. So when you take on this point, then you take it down. Look at how it is doing. You see? So when you look at the design, that is how the design looks like. So we can take this down like that, and we can shift this up, take this up, anything, just a design like that. Just try to play along with it, right? So we have something like this. You can even pull this down or pull this up. It depends on whatever you want to do, right? So I would just like to do it this way. You can decide to do it according to how he did his, but I like to maintain it this way. Let's push this back down, but bear in mind that you can still work on it by duplicating his layers, or let's say cloning his layers from our previous lesson with it so far. So after you are done, hit on enter. Now we have this awesome design here. Okay, let's duplicate this layer by just right click, duplicate layer. Let's call this white, right? So we're gonna call this white layer. So it gives us the same white layer, and let's click on this magic wand tool. Click here. You will see that it will select only this portion, which is the white layer for you. So we go to the colors. Let's select our white color, click on OK, and then click on the paint bucket tool. Click here. Now you have your white color selected. Click on this guy and click anywhere here to get rid of the lines. Now let's click on the move tool, and let's use the arrow key on our keyboard, the down arrow key, to push it down. So you see, basically it's very simple. So we have our red guy. Let's see this. You see that we have our red guy here. Now let's work on the blue guy. As you can see, now you've gotten the idea. So let's duplicate this fast. Let's call this blue layer. So with this blue layer, take this guy, then select that selected blue layer. Let's go to this color. Let's choose this color blue here. Click on OK. Then select the paint bucket, click anywhere here. You see, remove the lines, click on moving tool, and then use your arrow key to push it down. You see, so now you have successfully created this shape, right? Good. Now bear in mind that you can group them so that you can work on all of them. So I can select all the three like what we did previously in our video. I will just drag and drop these guys into this folder. Then I'll call these color layers. So when I come here, I have all my layers here, right? So on this I can move all the three layers, and that is gonna work absolutely perfect. So yeah, that is it. Good. Now I can select on this guy, click anywhere here, and then I can decide to move it down, move it up, because I have grouped them into one category, right? I can also use the arrow key to push it up, right? Good. Now let's see how we can manage to do this line, right? This white guy is very simple. Go to this guy here, this rectangular tool, click on that, and then come here, select this portion of it. You see, we have the portion should go up instead, so just push it up like that, and then let's go in for a layer, new layer. Let's call this white. Let's call this down white layer. Good. So we have this down white layer, then we go in for our white layer, white color, then you go in for the paint bucket to paint it. Good. So we have this also here, and that is very awesome. You can see we have it just like that. You see, it is very good. So we have this guy also to be here. Let's position this a little bit down, and that is awesome. Now let's see, the guy did some design here, this little guy here. Let's try to keep it up. Let's try to do something like that. But before we do that, let's drag and drop this guy inside our color layer, so that it will be it will fall in within this color layers. Good. Now click and hold to get elliptical marquee tool. right? And this tool is going to help you to get a rounded shape, right? It's going to help you to get a rounded shape with a color. So I'll just drag and design a shape like this, and I would like to go to layer, new, let's call this round one. All right, click on OK. Now you can see that the design itself is red with a white stroke. This cast, guys, sorry for the cast, please, I beg, forgive me. So let's select the red color, and then let's select the paint bucket tool, then let's fill it up. So we have our red layer here. When you take a look at this is one way or the other round of designing or creating a custom shape. So I'll just bring the custom shape here, and I'll zoom in a little bit. Make sure this custom shape is being shrinked to a smaller size. Good. So I'll just position this here, but when you look at the design carefully, you see that it has some rounded, also white color. There are a lot of ways to do that, and I highly recommend you doing this way. You see, select this. You see that we have this FX down here. I told you from the beginning that we will be working on all these layers, right? All these menu options, or let's say option. Click on that guy and let's go in for a stroke, right? So click on a stroke, and that is going to add a stroke to your project. As you can see here, I now have a stroke. Now maybe your stroke will be outside, that is good. Your stroke may be inside, that is good, depending on what you want to do. Your stroke may be center, that is good, but I would like to use it to be outside so that I can work on it more. I can choose the size of it. I can reduce the size depending on what I want to do. So I would like to maintain 5. You see, so I now have the stroke color, the stroke size to be white. Good. Now if you want to change it, you can see that you will now have FX here. You can collapse the FX and open it up. When you untick this, you have removed the effect on it. When you untick this, you have removed the effect on it. If you want to change the size of the stroke, you don't have to come here again. You just have to double click on this stroke, and that is going to pop up your settings back for you. And you see the stroke guy here, I can now turn it to be 7, you see, or say 10. You see, I love the 10. Click on OK. Now from the look of this image, you can see that there is a line here coming there. Let's do that line. So with that line, click and hold this rectangular guy. Make sure your round one is selected, and drag and draw a line just like this. Good. And then go in for a white color, and you can, for this one, I don't know if the stroke is going to take effect on this, but let's try that out. There is no harm in trying. So you can see that the stroke is taking effect. So to get rid of that, don't paint on the round layer, but rather go to layers, new layer, let's call this line 1, and let's paint inside this line 1. So we have this line 1 and this round 1, but we have to merge them for them to become 1. So to do that is very, very simple. Just hold Control on your keyboard, select the two of them, right click, and you will see merge layers here. Click on the merge layers to get this. Double click on this. Let's call this line 1 as we wanted it to be. Drag and drop this line 1 into the color layers so that you can get your round one layer here, line one. Now when I select this, you can see that my line one is now movable. Now let's do another trick, right? So to do this trick, just drag and drop this, or let's say just right click and then duplicate this layer. Let's call this line 2, and on this line 2 we just have to reciprocate the process. So you just have to click on this, rotate this. You see that when I'm rotating it, there is some numbers flowing here, right? So when I rotate this into this side, you see that it is going like 180 degrees. So to get it at the accurate point, come here, you see the degrees here, come here and then set it to 180 degrees, and that is gonna reciprocate it. Then you just move it somewhere here, you see, and that is very basically that is very awesome. You see, it is very awesome, and that is how we got that design, and it is very interesting, right? Good. It's the same thing or the same procedure the person who designed that design, who did that design, passed through to get this awesome design, right? Good. Now let's see how much more we can put effort to get this line. Basically, it's the same procedure which we used to design this style. So with no further ado, let's create a line. You see, so we just have to create a line like this. Go to layers, new layer. Let's call this I think the first color was blue, red, sorry, and then it added the white and then the blue. So we just have to add the red layer. So we just have to set let's call this top red layer, right? So with this, we just have to set the color to this red and take our paint bucket tool and then fill it up. So we have this top red, right? So with this top red, let's remove the line, but let's make sure this is selected. Let's make sure we have this. Just click anywhere here. Now when you look at this, you see that the size comes from here. So let's first of all hold shift on your keyboard and take this down to this level, right? And then click on this guy, you see. Then let's take these guys up. So you take this guy here, let me zoom in for you to see what I'm doing clearly, and then you take this guy also here, all the points top, including this also here. So this is what you'll be getting so far. And when you look at the design, you can see that it is quite curved, right? So all you need to do is just take this up here, just like that. You can now put this to be like this, you see. Then you can just push this to be like this. You can also drag this up to be like this, depending on what you want to do. You can take these guys up, as I said earlier on, depending on what you want to do. So as you can see, I have the red guy, and that is awesome for me. Good. I have this guy here. So after you are done, just click on this guy or enter on your keyboard to get your line. You see, it's the same method we're going to use. Just duplicate this guy. Where is this? Duplicate layer. Let's call this white layer. So just have to delete the copy, and then instead of the red, let's change it to white, right? Click on OK. Select your magic wand tool, click on this, choose a white color like that, click on OK. Select your paint bucket, click on this side, remove it, and then just click on your top arrow to your top arrow key. I mean your top arrow key. Top arrow key. You see your top arrow key, and that is awesome. So we do the same thing for the rest, right? So just duplicate this layer, and then let's call this the blue layer, right? Do the same thing to this. Select this, select that, choose the blue color, and then choose your bucket tool, paint it up. Remove the lines, select this, and move up. And that is awesome, guys. This is very, very awesome. We have designed our project the same as the guy did his own. So you can decide to work along with it, but let's see how we can categorize these top layers as well. Hold them, select all of them, put them into a folder. Let's call this top color layers. So let's rename this to down color layers. So we have these top color layers, and then we have these down color layers, and that is awesome to do. Now this is very, very important. When you look at this picture very clearly or very well, we have this NPP logo here. But before we do the NPP logo, let's add the image. So I have downloaded an image of Nana Akufo-Addo, and because he is NPP flag bearer, that is why I decided to add his image. So just drag and drop the image inside your project. You see, this is my project. I didn't put it onto this project, but I added it to be a new layer by dropping it anywhere here, and that is gonna give you this. Now on this section, we're gonna see how we can remove the background of this picture. Most of the people out there, most of them uses lasso tool, or polygonal lasso tool, or magnetic lasso tool. It's a great tool to use, but as a professional graphic designer, you don't have to use those tools to do your works. It's not that I'm not recommending, but I just want to say that to be the best graphic designer, you must learn to use the master tool, which is the pen tool. Now with the pen tool, just zoom in, you see, and click here, just try to keep up. You see that there is a curve here, but because you are a beginner, I would like to go gradually by getting all the steps I need to pass through. Zooming in your project when using pen tool helps you to get the accuracy of the shape you wanted to get, or the layer or the picture you wanted to clone, or you wanted to remove the background. It is very, 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 very important for you to zoom in to get whatever you are doing. So with this image, try to keep up with a zoom, and it's going to help you a lot to get the fundamental basics of this project, right? So as you can see here, I'm just moving my project You see, using pen tool, it helps you to get the correct work done. We can use magic wand tool to select some selected areas and delete them, but most professionally, it's good for you to use the pen tool to get everything done, because if you are doing the job using the wand tool, there are some sections you won't be getting it clearly, right? it will be like it's gonna give you some rough edges, and that doesn't makes you professional, right? Good. So we just have to cut it according to how we want it to be, like that. If you want to get a shortcut for the move or the holding, just hold space bar on your keyboard, and that is gonna do that magic for you. So as you can see, I have this here, so I'll just end it up here. Now let me give you one scenario, one example, and it's a tip as well. Okay, it's a tip as well. If you want to get the best results, it's good you make selection, you put the radius to 2, the feather radius to 2. Otherwise you will get a sharp edges of it. We don't want a sharp edges, we want a smooth edges of it. So just click on OK, and it will select the edges of this project, right? You see, you can click on this mask tool, and that is going to mask it, remove the background image for you. You can see the feather. You see the feather is because the image is not that kind of I love this. I really love this, because when you look at the guy's image, you can see that you can see that the edges are very sharp, which doesn't make the works look professional. It should be kind of fading inside, right? So that is awesome. You can decide to use the feather. You can decide to use feather radius to be 1. It depends on what you want to do, but I highly recommend for you to use a feather radius. At least you should add 1, right, or 2. So this is what I've gotten so far. Select the selection tool. Now drag and drop your image here. Now we have this image. Now I can scale this image up, position it somewhere here, scale it up for it to be something like this. Click on this guy here, and I have this image, right? So with this image, I can drag this image at the bottom. Okay, let's close all these guys. You see, I can drag this image at the bottom of, okay, let's drag this down guy on top of this. You see, so that is it. You just get this in the middle of this, and that is awesome, right? Good, that is awesome. Now this is our image, and that is our image indeed. I am very happy with it. You see, we can go ahead and then do a lot of designs with this. I can duplicate this project by right click, and then okay, just drag and drop this here to duplicate the layer for you. And on this layer, I'm gonna go to image, adjustment, and I'll select black and white. You see, so the image is now black and white. Click on OK. Now on this black and white image, I will just bring it down to the bottom of it, and I'll just position that image, which is this black and white image. I'll just position it somewhere here, scale it down. You see, position it somewhere here. You see, and then hit on enter. Now go to the opacity and then turn it down like this. You see, hit on enter. This is a very good technique to use as a graphic designer. You see, so you add this here, then you just drop this down just like that, or put it up. You can decide to position this here, position this here. But you can see that at the bottom of it we have some edges here. So click on this, Now select an eraser tool, right click on the eraser. The size is quite good, the hardness I think is quite good, so let's clean this. You see, so you can right click and then the hardness, take it down, and that is gonna smooth it out. You can right click, take it down at all, and that is gonna smooth it out depending on what you want to do, right? That is awesome, and that is good to to know. So with this, I would like to remake it to be like this, and I really love to position it somewhere here. Good. So with this Nana image, I will just position Nana here, and I would like to position these guys also here. Good. Now let's add our NPP logo somewhere here, right? So I have my NPP icon also somewhere here. I think I downloaded it somewhere. Oh good, this is indeed giving me a headache. Okay, I think I have this NPP guy here. Good, so this is it. I can drag and drop this here, right? So on this, I'll just drag and drop this onto this design and leave it here, and this is it. So with this, I can scale this down and position this here. Yes, come in. So this is my design. Come in, bruh. This is my design. As you can see here, I have it here. Now you can see that it has some sort of stroke and then some outer glow, right? Or yeah, shadow or outer glow. So let's do that. So with this image, the person added some bevels to this particular image. So let's do that, right? Let's do that. I would like to go to this effects and then select this blending option. And on this blending option, I would like to add first, I would like to add a stroke, right? So I have added a stroke to this, then I will add an outer glow to this. So select the outer glow. You see that the color is white. Click on this and let's choose a black color for this outer glow. Now the blending mode, make sure it is selected as normal. Now let's turn on the opacity to be somehow high. You see, the opacity can be either 100% or it can be either maybe 70%, right? And that is also good. Now let's add some bevels to this project. Now you can see that it is now being beveled. Now the depth of it, we can just change the depth of it to be like this, and the size of it, we can increase the size, and the soften, we can even soften it more. We can even bevel it a little bit, and let's see. So I think that is quite good enough. Let's see the depth. I think I can remove the depth for now. You can use contour and then also texture, but I would like not to use any texture for now. I'll just leave it like that, and then I'll just leave the bevel to be like that. So I now have it the same thing as the guy did, right? So you can decide to work along with it anyhow you want to do it, and that is awesome, right? So with this Nana's image, I can add something to that, which is a stroke, and I can add a stroke to that. I can add a bevel. I can add anything I want to add, and that is going to be awesome, right? So I can add a glow to that, and that glow is gonna check it out. You see, we have some kind of glow to that. Can add a glow size and can increase the glow. You see, so you can add a glow to Nana, then you take out the stroke, right? So the size of it, let's take the size down. And then the opacity of it, let's take the opacity down. You see? So yeah, that is what I'm really talking about. So let's try to get some votes, right? So let's see how the guy did his. Vote for Francis Owusu. Is it Aka or Aqua? Hey, forget about the name. So we just have to go in for a text, and then we just have to add a text, a normal text. Then we just have to say vote, right? So on this guy, let's go to the window, select character, select the color to be white, this vote guy. Now let's play along with the fonts to see how best we can work with the fonts. It's very good to work with the font because you see, this is this is an entertainment design you are building, so it's good for you to play along with some fonts, which is very good. So I would like to use this kind of fonts, and I would like to you see, it is somehow italic, but I would rather bold it later on. So I'll just put it here, and let's see, the italic, I think it's only italic, it's only eligible for it. Okay, let's use let's change the font style. Let's use this Bevels. Bevels is very good, but I think let's use this Berlin, right? I think this guy is good. So with this, I can just say that I can replace the vote here, and that is very, very, very good. You see, just put this here. You see, just put this here. You see, then we just have to duplicate. So duplicating, I believe we've already seen how to duplicate our project. So just right click and then duplicate layer, then let's call this name. So I'll just have to put this name here, and I'll just say that Nana Akufo Addo. So just like that, and the spacing of it, I like to maintain it to be 0, right? 0, so that I'll get everything quite on point. And I'll just put this Nana Akufo Addo here, just scale it down. You see, just put it here. You see, so that means you can see that as here. You see, so we have this Nana Akufo Addo. You see, so that is it. We have this Nana Akufo Addo here. Then we can then duplicate this guy, which is Nana Akufo Addo. This vote, let's duplicate this again. Okay, let's do something. Let's delete this vote. I would like for us to do something amazing, right? Okay, so let's duplicate this text instead, which is the name. Let's duplicate this. Let's say new text, right? So with this, I'll just have to set the color to this blue color, and then I'll just drag and drop it here, right? And I will then say that as president of the Republic. Okay, let's say as president, right? As president for now. And on this as precedent, I would like to choose the size to be 100, and that is gonna extend it a little bit. And I would like to scale this down like that. Good. Like this. And when you look at the guy's work, he used red and blue, right? So I will be reciprocating the project, right? So I'll just say here, just duplicate that, and this is going to be the next name. So I'll just change the text color to red, right? So as president, just double click and then edit it as president of the Republic of Ghana. You see, so you just have to do it that way, and just scale it down and put it here. You see, and you can play along with the font type, the font size, everything, and it is going to work absolutely perfect. So with this, I told you that we're going to do something amazing here, right? So let's go in for the text, click here, and then let's enter number 4. And on this 4, we just have to choose the color of this 4 into white, right? Do it like that, and then let's scale this like that, and let's put this here. Enter. Then let's set the font size to, I think I'd like to choose I'd like to choose Arial or Bahus. Bahus is quite good. I like this guy. You see? So just like this guy, and I would like to say that I'll just duplicate this guy, right? Just duplicate that, and then I'll just double click on that, and that is gonna give me more. You see? So with this text, I'll just scale it down. You see? Like this. I don't know how their designs look like, but I'm trying to keep up to do something, awesome. So I'll just duplicate this more, and with this one too, I'll just take it down, and then I'll say that this is Nana, right? So with this, I'll just try to enlarge it. Good. And I'd like to take this guy, you see, back. You see? And I'll take this Nana up. Good. And then this 4 more will come here. You see? Now we are let me change this text to Arial. And I will use Arial regular. I think Arial bold is kind of cool. Good. So I'll just have to zoom in a little bit. I just want us to do some little bit of design here, and let's put this here. You see? Then on this Nana, let's try to keep it up. You see? So let's push it in, just like that. And I'd like for us to do some little editing with this, right? So this more will be here, and we can then say that we can extend this or we can reduce this, and it depends on what we want to do. So on this guy, let's try to change the color of it. No, let's try to do some little editing with this. So with this, I would like to go in for the eraser tool. It's like I'm gonna try to erase the 4, right? Let's rename these guys. Let's call this text 4. Then let's rename this guy. Let's say text more. And then let's rename this guy. Let's say text nana. And this guy, think that is a republic, so let's say republic, right? And then let's say this is gonna be new text, anything like that. Just give the text names. So for the text 4, so on this new text, right, that is the new text, go in for the eraser to try to erase it, right? It will ask you to convert it to a smart object. Just click on OK. Now we can edit this. So zoom in a little bit from where the end starts. Just undo that. Just select this guy, click on this, drag this down. You see, something like this. You see, then you push it up a little bit. Make sure this 4 is selected, then delete it. So this is how it's going to be. You can go up a little bit high and delete it again. Go to this side and delete it again. You see, so this is the outcome of what we have done so far. You see, so with this more, I really love to get this more also in here. So with this more, I would like to convert that one also into a smart object. Then I go in for this magic wand tool, select only this M, then I click on the new text, which is this 4, then I hit delete on the keyboard. Now when I take this text out 4, you see that it is being deleted, right? Good. So whilst it's done, I'll just take this, and then I'll just highlight this portion, right? I'll just highlight this portion of it and then delete for the 4. You see, I have gotten some sort of design here. So I just select this side, you see, this side, and then hit delete on the keyboard, and that is going to create a custom side for me. So with this M, I'll just have to pull it down, pull it back, you see, and that is also going to give me an awesome design, right? So with this nana, I would like to choose the size, the spacing of it to be 0, and that is also awesome. So let's put this here. You see, that is awesome, right? Good. So let's try to keep up here. With this guy, let's duplicate this layer. Let's call this round. So I'll just bring this guy here, scale or zoom in, then I will bring this on top of everything for it to be on the top. Then I will try to delete all the effects, right? So click on the effects, then just uncheck the effect. So you have this, can put it here. Now let's play along with some blending modes. You can choose darken. You see how it looks like. You see, so you can work along with them to see how you want to do it. But for now, I'm going to use it to be, normal. And I'll scale this down. I'll put this here, scale it down, put this here. You see, just do it this way. Try to keep up for it to cover everywhere, just like this. You see, enter on your keyboard. Now let's select the text more, and then let's go in for this magic wand tool. Let's disable the round, select this guy. You see, now when you turn this round on, you will see where it is going to be selected, right? Good. So we just have to go to image, select inverse, right? So that is going to inverse the deletion. Make sure you select the round and then click on delete. So this is what we've gotten so far, right? So it is one of a kind of a design. You can do that, and that is going to work absolutely perfect. So with this, we can now try to maintain only the stroke and take off the bevels. And for the stroke, we can then say that the stroke is now going to be let's say maybe 2. So this is how it's going to be. You can just say that it's going to be like 5. This is how it's going to be. And it's going to be like center. That is awesome. And I would like to, leave it to be like this. So 4 more for Nana, you see. So with this 4, I would like to do some little bit of adjustment for this 4. With this 4, I will take this magic wand tool, click on that to select the 4, and I will just duplicate this layer. I'll say that new text 2, and then I'll take this red color, and then I'll just take the paint bucket tool, paint it up, and now I have a red color of it. Don't worry, duplicate it once again, and with this I'll just call this 3, and I'll go in for the blue color, you see, and I'll just take the paint bucket and then paste it. So I now have this, right? So with this, I'll just click on the selection tool, this guy, selection tool. Now this is what I'm going to do. I already have them to be like I don't know, I already have them to be like a smart object already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an eraser tool, right click on the eraser tool, select this guy, or you can come to general brushes and then you can select this guy, and that is gonna when I delete on this blue guy, you see how it looks. So I'll just extend the size of the brush to be somehow big, and I'll click somewhere here, you see. Let's delete. I'd like for us to delete something like this. Good. I love this. I really want to do that. See, I really love this, and I'll go in for the the red. Now I'll take the red on top of this layer so that I'll get the red on top. Then I start deleting the red here to get undo everything. So I don't know, I want to reciprocate it, so let's go in for the pen tool instead. Click here and then click and drag, you see, click and drag, you see, just something like this. And then you click somewhere here, select this section, then you make selection, make sure it's 0, click on OK, then you delete that selected area out, and this is how it's going to be, right? Good. So just select anywhere like that. Now let's go back to the blue layer, which is this new text 3. Let's select the pen tool as well. Let's try to keep up. No, let's go to the red instead. Let's try to do some little bit of adjustment to this. So I'll just select this guy, do it this way. Good. And then just select anything like this, and then make selection 0. Okay, make sure the red layer is selected, and then delete, and that is going to be awesome like this. And I really love for it to be like this. So select this, hold shift, hold control to select all the 4, remove them all, but select this, which is the white, blue, and then the red. Then let's merge them. So we now have one layer, which is this, right? That is the 4. Now let's add a stroke to that. So we're just gonna add a stroke to that, which is going to be a white stroke. You see, so when I have something like this, and I'm going to choose a 2 for this stroke, and that is going to be awesome, right? So we have this awesome design here. So for more banana, we have this, and as you can see, we have the nana test, and then we have the more test, and then we have this round test, right? So we can group this by putting them into a group and then call this logo, right? So we have the logo here. That is it. So with this logo, you can right click and merge group for it to be one logo, which means you can move them around, you can position them here, you can position them anywhere you want to position them, you can also scale them down, do whatever you want to do with it. And for more for Nana Kufuado, right? So with this, we can now have a way to say that we can now you know, center this, and we just have to say that let's duplicate this guy. So right click, duplicate, let's call this vote, right? So just double click on that, let's call this vote, right? So with this, let's bring this here, and let's set the color of it to be white, and that is awesome. So we can just zoom in, and do not get things to be complicated, just zoom in and scale it down and put it here, and that is it. So we have our design, and that is very, very beautiful and very, very more interesting. So with this Nana, I think we have some little problem here. Let's undo this guy. Oh, come on. Okay, I think I have some error here. Okay, so with this Nana text, let's position it somewhere to the correct place, right? So this is it. Good. So let's do it once again. Text more, and let's merge it directly. So we have it here to be the round, so we can just call this, rename it, let's call this logo. So we have it to be like this. Oh, undo that. We have this logo to be like this. That is awesome. Good. So with this Nana, just take it down, position it in the middle, center somewhere here, and we can then say that we just have to duplicate this, and then double click on it. Let's call it vote. So with this vote, we're just gonna you know, put it up here, and then just scale it down, and that is awesome. I'm trying as much as possible to keep this video exactly 1 hour, so you keep it to be the white color, and that is it. So this is our design so far. That is it. So let's see one more thing. And he said transparency, accountability, and accessibility. You know, let's duplicate this guy, and then let's call this motto, right? So let's bring this guy here, and let's double click on this, and let's say free SHS all the way, right? So let's say all the way, right? No, let's try to keep the guy's own: transparency, accountability, and accessibility. So let's say transparency transparency, accountability, and accessibility, whatever. So like this, just put it here, and then you can choose a font size, a font style to be maybe something like this, and that is going to be awesome, you see. So just anything, something like this, just like that. Okay, so after you are done, you are good to go. So we just have to say that congratulations on your design. So what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna go to File, Save As, and we just have to select our desktop, and we just have to choose a JPEG image. Let's go to pictures instead. Let's call this NPP, right? So just save this, and it's gonna pop up this guy for you. Click on OK. Then your project is now being saved successfully. My name still remains Ikesoft Original, and on our next lesson we're going to see how we can design a poster banner for a funeral designing. Until we meet again, have a nice day, and Ikesoft the Original is out.